Hello, my name's Ralph and welcome back to the channel. It's my time, let's go. Today we're getting at Margaret and I'm getting pretty excited about it all. We finally got a lot of the other things tidied up. We got the tranny done, we got the frame powder coated, and a bunch of our other pieces ready to go. I got a friend of mine, Ken, coming today, give me a hand to put this motor in, and we're gonna put some pieces on Margaret and start to make her look like something. So stick with us, let's get at it. Today, as you can see, we got Margaret's frame back, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's turned out beautiful black powder coat, and today I'm just doing what I do with all of them, and that is to go over all the threaded holes and portions that are on the frame with the tap to clean out any debris that might be in there. Now, a lot of times they clean them out, you know, where whoever did it will clean them out, or they'll have plugs in the holes, but there's always some grit that tends to get inside there. So we're going to go through that today and try to clean those up. We've also gone and cleaned up our motor mounts here and our transmission mounts. It's important to get it off the motor mounts because you need to ground your motor, and powder coat is not conductive, let's say, so to speak. So it's important to clean all the mounts off nice and smooth so we get a good ground on them. So all of the smaller holes like our foot pegs and things like that, that's what we're going to go over today. So I'm going to go along and do that, and we'll just do sort of a quick overview as we're doing it, and then we'll get on with it. So we've just taken all our taps and we're wire brushing them all, just in case there was any filing still left in them from the previous job, which there was. But we don't need any extra grit in there as we're going. And these are like a 3/8 course. I'm going to put a little bit of cutting fluid on there. It only takes a small piece in there to create problems if you're putting something in there, a bolt and such. When you're assembling and you're working on assembly, the last thing you want to do is deal with a thread that's galled up inside. Oh, that one's a little dirtier. And that would have definitely galled up when you were trying to put a bolt through that. Quite a lot. That would have definitely created a problem in there. I think I'll go in and search out a bottom tap. Run through these. Get our gas tank ones here. You'll be glad you did this. It's always a harder lesson learned if you have to go back through stuff and you got something stripped in there, especially when you're doing your final mounting and such. We've done all our mock-up, so everything should go on in place. And there's little small ones on a little tabs like this, little fine thread in there for like putting a clamp on to hold your clutch cable. So we'll have to make sure and clean that out. Now these ones down in here on the transmission mounts, we always want to make sure and get them because there's grit and stuff that goes down inside. Realistically, if it was plugged up there, it should go in pretty good, but so just take your time and don't force it. Now I had ran a tap through these before it was powder coated, so I don't expect them to be, you know, hard or crud in there from when originally Margaret was stripped. We're also going to check our cross shaft here for our swing arm. Before we assemble that, we'll clean the shaft off and wire wheel it and make sure that it will go in there. Never hurts to take a moment to make sure. Then you know. Putting a bolt in and it's jamming or something, it's not aligned, because you know that the threads, you've checked them, and they're good. So we've been in a heat wave here in Nova Scotia. I don't think haven't had any rain since July 7th or 11th. No rain, and there's wildfires burning in this province and every province in the Maritimes out of control. I feel for those people that are right there and are close to the fires, because it's a horrific thing to see and to know it's coming. I'm just hoping that they're putting the water bombers to them outside of Halifax and in different places, going back and forth. So my nephew is a firefighter from Berwick, so I'm sort of closely got a feeling for what it's for, for a person that's out there actually fighting the fires. So be safe, all you firefighters. Be safe, people. My thoughts are with you. So today I've just been out driving most of the day and thinking about things. So I'm just in kind of on a break here, and I can't help myself from doing a little bit of work. So I thought I'd take a break and do this in between, and maybe I'll go for a drive later on again when it cools down. All right, a few more to go in here. So I'm not gonna leave you watching. It's pretty tedious as I go along and do all the little ones. Might get a little shot as the tap's going through or something, but let's get the other little pieces done. Bob 16" fine, red. These ones. You really want to make sure you're clear on these ones, because they can be a little bugger to get in there to start with. You don't want to be dicking with them. It's a tight little spot. This takes time. There's actually quite a bit in there. And I think once I get these ones done, before I get too far into the job, I'm going to dig out the bolts for those and just check them in there as well. I mean, they should be fine once you run the tap through it, but we'll blow them out. Okay. So we're just trying the bolt for the swing arm. Oh yeah, it's gonna tighten up nice. Stick my pieces on there just so I have them. When I go to put it together, there was a washer on the outside of it, but we'll just stick those in there so we have them. We know we've tried them in the threads, and the threads are all good in there. One less thing to check off your list. All right. Now I've had putting my swing arm on Margaret here, and I'm getting it on with the bearings. And I have had some people say, well, how tight do I tighten that? They think they just tighten that up as hard as it'll go and bend your locking tabs over. But really that's not the case, and you'll crush your bearings out. So what we've done here, I'm gonna set up my little dial here. I've tightened it up to where it's, just about falling down, but it's pretty stiff. And they generally say tighten it up 1 to 2 pounds, and that'll set the preload. So the more I tighten it and set it up, clear it, and the swing arm doesn't want to fall down. But as you can see, we're 1.5 to 2 pounds. Now, that's setting the preload, and they're crushed right in. So I'm just gonna back this off a little bit. Set this up and clear it. So I'm 5'8" there. You don't want to go really loose. I find that, and we're just floating there. They say 6 to 7. I can give it a little tighten there. So as you can see, with just barely touching it, I'm almost to that 6 pounds. If I go any tighter, it's going to start going the other way, so I'm 4. So I'm just going to bring it back like a quarter of a turn. And you know, with the weight of your finger on it, it just fluctuates back and forth. And I don't want the nut to be too loose, but I do want it to be tight in there, snug. So this is about where it's saying. They're saying 6 to 7, but I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. And I find if I loosen it right off, we don't get much more weight on it than that. So it's pretty close. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to loosen it right off. But I know that my preload is somewhere in that range, and that's what we want. 6.5 right there. So that's about where I'm going to leave it. It's supposed to be 6 to 7 in there. So that looks to be what we're getting. So that's the way to set it up. You have to have preload on those bearings. So you tighten them right up to get the preload and then loosen them off a little bit. And that will give you your setting that you need there. I'm right within where I should be. So we'll lock the tabs there and we'll leave it right there. So I'm going to set that tab there. Here we go. And now we're locked. And just to double check there. So there we are, about 6.5. So it's between 6 and 7 where it's supposed to be. You have to remember that those bearings are in there, and there's no spacer in between the bearings as there is on the wheels. There's always a spacer that keeps them from compressing too far. But in the swing arm, they're just in there on the races. So having this play is very important. Whoever previously had this jammed this little washer in there to try to space the swing arm, and then when you tighten it up, it would really lock everything up. So sometimes it's the small things, but I feel good about that now. And we're right where we're supposed to be. 6.5. Okay, moving on. So now that we've got the preload set on the swing arm, I've just kind of snugged these bolts up. I'm not Loctiting them until I'm sure where I'm going with that. And I like to leave the struts a little bit loose, so when I go to put the fender in, I can actually spread the struts a little bit to help ease it in there instead of them being solid in there, and they need to be adjusted up and down as well to fit. We won't be putting them in place, but we will be working on the shocks. And I've got a new set, a brand new set here of black powder coated shocks. So we're just going to slide them into place. Again, I'll red Loctite these when I'm all done. And now we're just making sure that everything will go in place where it's supposed to. Have the end pieces, and I do, but they're a mess, so I'm going to take a minute and go clean those and get new nuts for on here. These ones are rusted, so I'll get new 5/16 fine thread nuts put on there. Caps look to be good, so we'll take a minute and go do that and clean those things up so that they're ready to go on, and I'll be back. So we've been picking away at it today, and we've got a bit done now. You know, I've got the struts kind of up in place, so I can get my shocks on, I get them in, the swing arm on, little things like your end pieces, you know, cleaning out any powder that's in there that's restricting you, like they didn't want to slide in just right. And the swing arm's in, as you see, passenger pegs on. She's starting to look like something, so it's really nice to put something together when everything's clean and it's powder coated. And I got to put a lot of thanks out to my buddies and his friends that helped me get this powder coated, and without them I'd be up against the wall, but they've helped me out with this project and they fell in love with Margaret as I have. And I've been really fortunate that they've donated the time and the effort to get these things powder coated and help me along with the project. So many thanks to you all out there. You know who you are. I don't have to name you, you know exactly who you are. So, day one, started getting some stuff together. Got a ways to go yet, but we're getting there. All right, so I've just been working away on the frame here, and I got a buddy of mine coming on Saturday. He's gonna help me put it in. So we've gone along and put foam pieces all along here. I always tape this off because the motor gets dropped on there and you bark all that up. I'm actually gonna put a little piece of tape over that one. But taping that up keeps that from getting barked up. And we've got foam all down in here, tape, and foam across the backbone. So when we slide the motor in, if you're having to wiggle or bang it around a little bit, you got some room to play with. It's an ounce of prevention, but powder coating is not what it used to be. Was a time when powder coating was hard. I used to have a friend of mine brought like a kicker cover off a Sportster and he powder coated it. Said, here's a ball peen hammer, beat on that. And you could beat on that and the powder wouldn't come off, it would just dent. Today, if I tighten a bolt on it, the powder breaks off. It doesn't seem to matter who does it, where it comes from. They all say the same thing. Oh, well, it's just a little better than paint. We used to pay for powder coat for toughness. It's still tougher than paint on there, but you got to be awful careful when you're putting it together. So doing these kind of things just gives me a chance when we go to slide the motor in, and it should make it good. So we'll see. Got all my forward control pieces here. I'm gonna put a kit in this brake. I got a kit on order, but these are all the pieces that were powder coated. And I've opted, instead of putting the forward controls on, these were Margaret's original controls. So I've opted to use those. So I've test fitted them all to see what I need, and they'll be ready to go on other than just rebuilding the master cylinder. So everything's looking good. We've had the struts all powder coated. We have the sissy bar and all the supports all powder coated black. Swing arm powder coated. Got a brand new set of black powder coated shocks on it. Brand new bearings and in here inside of the swing arm. I'm putting everything pretty well brand new on it that we can put brand new on it to save you a lot of aggravation in the end. So even the coil cover is new. So it's looking good. Once we fire the motor in and stuff, get the tranny, things will really start coming together. That's why I like it, working with something nice and clean, and it's all good. Today I got a friend of mine coming, Mr. Kenneth Hiltz is going to join me today, and we're going to do the final heat cycles on my motor here for Margaret, and he's going to help me muscle it in because he's a big lad and I can't muscle it by myself, so it'll be great help. Ken and I have been friends for probably over 30 years. He went to school with Pauline when she took the machinist course, and he's quite an innovator himself. He builds actually chainsaws for competitions. And he's really world renowned. He sends his chainsaws all over the world. People are trying to get them. I remember back in the early years, you know, when he started out playing with them, I helped him with some expansion chambers and some things like that to make with them, but he stuck with it all these years and has become a real notable person in the industry. So I appreciate his help, and I'm so glad to have him here today. So I'll let you know when he comes. We're gonna just run some oil through this, make sure before I fire it up, do a couple heat cycles, then we're gonna take it off and we're gonna put it into Margaret, and it'll be a huge step on getting her ready. So stick with us, it'll be a lot of fun today. All right here. Now Ken's here to give me a hand. There we go. So we're just gonna do a 2-minute run here. I've done a couple of runs already on it, but we're gonna do another one on here for the heat cycle, and then we'll take it apart. We're gonna put it out in the bike. That's the plan, short of it blowing up. What's your sound nice and quiet?
Oh, Jesus. Hardly.
No noise at all.
Yeah, when you put them...
So you muffle them up then?
Yeah.
Very quiet. Very quiet.
Beautiful engine.
I learned a long time ago not to panic. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hear things, you hear a noise in some stuff, and you go, oh geez, what's that?
Yeah.
And if you just run it a bit, let it seat itself in, a lot of noises would disappear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like something dry, or you know what I mean? So.
Well, it sit for quite a while too, didn't it?
This?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been sitting for quite a while. I did 2 rounds on it, a 1 minute one and a 2 minute one. So that's the last one there for it, so that should do it.
Let her cool down and we'll get her in the frame.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That sounds so good in here.
It does. It's not loud. Well,
No.
it's loud, I guess, but it's,
Well, I mean, if you crack the throttle a little bit,
yeah. But I mean, it's not all that loud in here, and it's nice. I mean, it is nice when you can do that. That's my favorite thing, is like cover those pipes up and see if I get any chicken or stuff like that in it, right?
You could hear, like, if you had your shovel head motor on there out of your orange bike,
Yeah.
and put that on there, you'd have been able to hear that tick quite a bit more, wouldn't have you?
Before the other one. Before.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you fix those rockers.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I've learned sometimes don't panic. Just
Yeah.
run it, let things seed in, let things work in. That's what I'm going to do with it. So.
Yeah, because then we don't got to go right to the floor.
That's right. Yeah. That's usually that last bit all the way down is what makes it hard, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Just down.
Alright, perfect.
Okay.
Now we got lots of handles.
Yeah, it's just easy to grab it in the port, you know, and grab it around that if you want, and we'll just kind of shuffle it out.
Yep.
Take it to the step there and
Yep.
set it on the floor. You good?
Yep. How are you, Polly?
I'm not bad, how you can?
Well, not bad, you know. Great for a Friday.
Yeah,
Anytime I can help a buddy out, it's a good day.
that's awesome.
Well, you've never really had a day when you just come and hang out a little bit.
Yeah, it's...
Seemed like you always had somebody.
Except for lunch hours.
In the car
We
waiting
should be
or
able
something.
to do that.
Yeah, we used to be able to... I still do that at work.
We'll set it down. Take a second to run it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you got him here today.
Well, you're not really good at picking that up.
No.
No.
Hey, buddy.
You didn't know there was somebody here, did ya? You didn't know.
So, what we gotta do is, when we put it in there, we gotta kind of put the case in, like with the motor like this.
Yeah.
So the bottom's gotta go in there, and then you just flip it up.
Okay.
So the biggest thing is trying to get it on those spots.
All right, so try to figure out the best place to grab that.
Just look at, grab around the rock. Pauline, grab that crankshaft and
Yeah.
just guide us.
You're gonna come this way. a
Okay,
little
just
bit.
hang on, just hang on,
Yeah.
we're okay.
Just like,
We're doing good.
We're okay.
Okay.
It'll just slide in there.
She's crooked here.
does it gotta go? What did we do? We jam it?
It has to go back that way a little bit.
There we go.
Okay, now try bringing it. Gonna lift your end up, or I'll push it forward. So, what's holding it up there?
That nut.
An acorn nut. Seriously?
So,
We can't really move it.
ow!
Oh, watch your fingers.
Too late! Too late! Tell me, watch my finger.
There.
There we go.
Well,
There we go.
almost. There we go.
There.
There we go.
Oh, she's tight.
I guess you're done with me.
Yes, I am, dear. For now, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Mm.
Very welcome.
Always good to see ya.
Yeah, you too. Always.
I said, Ralph, I said any day I'm away from work and helping somebody out like this is great.
It's good for him because he doesn't have much helping muscle.
No.
He wouldn't like me as a neighbor because I'd probably be here a lot more.
Oh well. A good neighbor is a good neighbor.
Well, that makes it a little easier.
Oh yeah.
Easier on the head.
Well,
we're in there, buddy.
yes.
Ah.
Does it ever look good sitting in there?
Doesn't it?
Now if we only did the front end on it. Be a good day to do it if you needed a hand. I'm not in no rush, Ralph. I am,
Yeah.
if you wanted to put it on and
We could maybe slide it up into place. So while Ken's here, we're gonna put him to work, put some muscle in it, might as well get the front end slipped on. Another big thing out of the way. There we go. Starting to look like something there now.
yeah.
Quite a cracky.
Yeah.
The motor or anything, you start putting that clean stuff on, it's just like, man.
Yeah, the clean stuff, you get the motor set in there and then you can visualize what it's gonna look like.
Yeah. Been a long haul, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Going from dumping water out of the crankcase to something that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll stand back and admire something that's really nice looking.
Well, it's nice to see it at that point, I'll tell you that.
Man, I love that.
That's a huge step.
That front end on there really, and
Yeah.
having the swing arm and stuff, you can really see what it's gonna, now you get that big chrome.
It should look pretty splashy when it's all
Oh, yeah.
done. It really should. So Hip Dog, we're playing your game today, throwing a motor in there, changing the front end. We're getting things the way you do it. So as you can see, Margaret's coming along. I know you've been waiting for it. I couldn't have done it without Ken giving me a hand here today, but she's starting to take shape. She's starting to look something, so we're on the downside of it. Just got to finish the transmission up, then start putting the pieces together.
All the new goes better than all the old coming off.
That's right. That's right. And hopefully we don't have a spot that you look at and say, that's bad. You know? Shouldn't now. Shouldn't
No.
now. Should be all fine, yeah.
Should be awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. Coming back together. And there we go, another piece of the puzzle in there. Now it's starting to come together. She's starting to look like something. A ways to go yet, but a long ways. We've moved ahead already, so things are looking really good. Really good. It's nice to be able to put another piece of the puzzle in there, get it ready. We still got hours to go, but hey, she's starting to look like something now. So if you enjoyed this video today, like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, do those kind of things. It helps us to grow. I hope you've enjoyed our journey with Margaret coming along, and we got a lot more to go. So there's a lot more things to do. I'm pretty excited about getting her all together. It's good, still got to take some time. We've got a lot to do yet. We've got to mount fenders and tanks, and we've got to do wiring, and there's a lot of other pieces that have to make it go together to make it a complete motorcycle. But stick with us, we'll get it together, and along with other projects in the mix in between as we go, but that's what we have to do. So don't forget to check out my brothers down south, Hippie's Chopper Corner and Slick Ed's Custom Cycles. Those boys got a lot on the go, and we're in contact all the time and having a great time. So support their channel as you support me, and we'll all keep moving on up. I'll see you next week.